AITA for not punishing or reporting student. I am a teacher. A parent sent me screenshots of her daughter's text messages. Student of mine who is a boy, 13M, had texted a girl who is also my student, 13F. This was the conversation. Boy: hey, it's boy's name. I really like you. Girl: what do you mean? Boy: I have a crush on you. Do you want to maybe date? Girl: no, I don't like you, sorry. Boy: oh, okay. This was the extent of his pursuit of her. Mother said they are way too young to date and said that this was harassment. She wanted me to punish or report the boy and remove him from the class. I told her those demands are ridiculous. It wasn't harassment because he accepted her saying no, and that it's fairly common middle school stuff. She was pissed and said I need to do my job. NTA: how can boys learn how to healthily communicate with girls and accept rejection when people like that mother treat them like criminals for even talking to a girl? NTA: of course, but I feel for that girl. She has an overprotective mother that will kill any chance she has for a social life until she moves out. NTA: I mean, come on, who didn't ask each other out in their teens? The boy accepted the no, end of. If he kept pursuing, different story, but still not sure what you as a teacher could do if it's out of school. NTA: the only one doing any harassment here is the mom. Agreed, but I'd loop a head teacher or even the principal in on an email chain with the screenshot. Better safe than sorry when dealing with crazy parents. AITA for holding a text I read by snooping against my dad and stepmom for 6 years now. When I was 13, I was using my dad's phone and I was dumb and very clearly wrong when I opened a text that popped up from my stepmom. She was a few months pregnant at the time. A few texts up I saw that my dad had sent a text saying, "Alice, my mom, is being a bitch again. I'm so glad I get to have a baby with someone I actually love." To which my stepmom replied, "And I can't wait to have a kid without her awful genes mixed in." Which my dad found very funny based on his response. The reason I remember these texts so clearly is because I sent a copy of them to my mom. I knew my dad and mom hated each other, but I felt extremely insulted and betrayed by the texts because they directly involved me. I refused to stay at my dad's house ever since, and when my dad took my mom to court, I told the judge that I can't live with him anymore. My dad and stepmom spent a very long time apologizing. He does seem genuinely sorry because he has cried in front of me, but I can't really bring myself to forgive him. I also know I shouldn't have snooped, but I can't unsee those texts. AITA? NTA: he ruined his own relationship with you. It was dick move for him to laugh. You were 13, a little snooping can be excused. Don't feel bad about it. You learned how they really saw you and got out of spending time with someone who outs about you like that. You were 13, they were grown adults. They should have known better. It wouldn't hurt for you to ask him why he didn't defend you, why he allowed her to insult you. But you don't have to. Info: did stepmom have anything to do with the divorce? No, I don't think she caused the divorce. I actually thought she was a pretty decent person. It's kind of sad because her child, my half-sibling, passed away at 2 years old. I don't think I should automatically pretend to be okay with everything because of a child's death. NTA: that's no way for a parent to talk about their child. As a mother, I would never indulge a partner at the expense of my child, even if I thought they'd never find out. That's inexcusable. For the record, you don't have shitty genes, you have a shitty stepmom. Ordinarily, I would say that you shouldn't snoop, but what they were saying was vile, especially your stepmother's snipe about your mother's genes. They're not sorry for what they texted. They're sorry they were caught. It is entirely up to you whether or not you can forgive them. NTA: NTA: you shouldn't have snooped or forwarded on the messages, sure, but you were 13. And I can't wait to have a kid without her awful genes mixed in. Your stepmom insulted your mom and you. And rather than defend his child from such an ugly comment, he reacted with amusement. ETA: when I wrote this, you shouldn't have snooped or forwarded on the messages. I meant as a general, snooping is bad, sharing snooped information is worse sense. But in this matter where the sharing of the snooped messages was useful in sorting out the custody matter, it obviously was the right thing to do. That's what made me more upset, to be honest. That they were insulting me too. And it was both my dad and stepmom, not just her. AITA for calling out my husband in front of his boss over his lie. Last Friday my father had a heart attack. It was touch and go for about 48 hours, but he pulled through and is expected to be discharged from the hospital today or tomorrow. I took off of work last Friday, but due to my dad's condition is improving, I did go into work today. I work from home right now for obvious reasons, and around 9:30 the door opens and my husband walks in. I ask what he's doing home and he says that due to the winter storm his boss sent everyone home. I went down to the basement around lunchtime to get a pizza to make for us. I didn't realize he was on the phone or that it was on speaker when I went down there and asked if he wanted pizza for lunch. His boss then asked how my father was doing, and said that my husband told him that it was dire and I would need to leave at a moment's notice. He said that my dad's condition is improving and he is expected to make a full recovery. My husband is now pissed at me. The reason he came home is because he apparently lied to his boss about my dad's health and condition, and because of what I said he's now in hot water at work. My husband said I should have kept my mouth shut and if he gets fired it's on me. I told him he was depraved for lying about something like that, and if he's in trouble it's his own fault. AITA for not playing along with his lie. Edit. Thank you for all of your comments. I am sorry that I didn't respond to all of you. There is just too many. I would like to answer the following. 1. When I went to the basement to get the pizza, I had no idea he was on the phone. His boss, who is also a friend of ours, overheard me ask about the pizza and then asked about my dad. 2. I did not realize my husband told his boss that my dad was still in bad condition until he mentioned it. It caught me off guard and I panicked and didn't want to lie. I don't like lying to people. If my husband had told me when he came home that he said this to him, I would have said something vague. 3. I did have a chance to talk to his boss's wife today, and explained that when he called I was exhausted and stressed out and was not thinking straight. My husband is in no danger of being fired. They are more concerned about my dad and just want to make sure we are okay. 4. I am the breadwinner in our household. His job is for fun, money and vacations. 5. Yes, my husband is a chronic liar, and reading through some of the posts it seems that he gaslights me a lot. That will either be addressed in therapy or through a divorce if he refuses to go. NTA. It's on him, he lied to you and his boss, and not you that you didn't play along for him. Glad to hear your dad is expected to recover fully. NTA 1. How could you know that he lied? If he wanted you to play along he should have let you know. 2. That's a really cruddy thing to use your father's health as an excuse to get out of work. 3. Maybe stop getting food for your husband if that's the response you get. What a child. Edit. Thanks for the silver, kind people. Edit. And the other silvers and awards and my first ever gold. Holy fork smile. NTA, if he gets fired, it's on him. He lied to you and his boss, didn't tell you about the lie to his boss but still expected you to cover for him when his boss asked after your dad's health, expected you to lie about your dad's health. Sorry, but your husband is a massive R, using your dad's condition to skirt his work responsibilities for a day off. NTA 1. You are not responsible for your husband's lies. 2. You are even less responsible when he doesn't tell you he's caught in a lie. 3. If your husband was even a halfway decent liar, he could have gotten out of it by saying that the recovery was happening after he left work or some nonsense.